Hello, I'm Carlos Gomez. I'm a team physician for Bowling Green State University, and I'm going to give you some tips about ankle sprains, which is one of the most common injuries for athletes. It is important always to have good stretching and strengthening of our lower extremities. If you have any concerns about it, we always use a RICE formula, which is rest, ice, compression, and elevation. If there's any continuity of the pain and discomfort, you should see a primary care physician or an orthopedic surgeon.
I've been working with Alexis for about 4 years now. She sat out the year of residency after she transferred from Duke, was not able to play but practiced every day, and then is now finishing her 3rd year of eligibility. But her strengths, I could go on for a long time about her strengths, but first and foremost, she's the smartest player I've ever had a chance to work with at either end of the floor. I mean, she has an unbelievably high retention rate for running plays. She sees plays happen before they happen at the defensive end, and she's just a really, really smart kid on the basketball floor. And I mean, that's not even to start talking about before you start talking about all of the accolades that she's earned in the classroom, working with young kids, teaching every day now. I mean, she's just a little bit of a Pied Piper. Everybody follows her around on and off the court. Well, she just scored her 1,000 point, and she's done 1,000 points essentially in 3 seasons. She scored 35 at Duke, and then now just surpassed the 1,000 plateau. She's currently 25th in Bowling Green women's basketball history. If she meets her averages, I think she's got a chance to finish in the top 20 and finish closer around the 1,200 mark, and that would be an exceptional career. But she's leading us in overall statistics at 13.5 points a game. She's leading us in MAC-only statistics at 15.5 a game right now. But she has just, as like I said, has just making big contributions at both ends of the floor for us, and has really been a cog in our success this year. When you see her on the court, she's one of the best conditioned years that she's ever had. She hates running on the track, so she got herself in shape and told herself that if she passed her conditioning test, she wouldn't have to run on the track anymore, and she did, just like everybody else. But she held true to that promise, and she's in the best shape of her career, and that has proven itself and played out on the court. I wish I could have her one more year. I wish this program could have her one more year. But wherever she goes, I think she has the opportunity to play professionally. I think she has the opportunity to go into the workforce right away. She's already had a couple interviews, so I know there will be some jobs waiting for her once she graduates this spring. But she'll be sorely missed. But knowing Lex, I know she'll be back around as much as she can next year to see everybody and see how we're doing.
I started playing basketball when I was 6 on an all-boys team at the YMCA. I was terrible at it. I don't think I scored a point all season, or I scored 2 points all season, and everyone cheered like it was my 1,000th point, but it was my first point. And then the following year, I played on an all-girls team, and I got a little better. Maybe I got a little control of my body and whatnot, but it was still for the YMCA. And then I started school ball. I went to a Catholic school, so it was CYO. At about 4th grade, I started playing AAU, and I've played AAU every summer between fall basketball, summer, and winter. So I haven't really had a break since I was about 10. My mom was a big motivation, and my brother. He played sports. He was an athlete. He played in college. So, you know, he's been in my ear about how to handle situations and whatnot. And because I am the 2nd child from my mom, who's gone to college on scholarship, she helped motivate me a lot, especially, you know, those times when you get down and you don't know if you can go on anymore. She's really a phone call away, and, you know, since I've transferred, not that far a drive away. If I ever need anything, I know that she'll be up here in a heartbeat, no matter what the weather is. Well, you know, I've only been on 2 college teams, so I can't say how every school is when it comes to talking to their head coach, but I really enjoy the fact that I can come to Stro and go into the offices any day and just plop down in Roos's chair and talk about life or something that may have upset me that day or just anything. And it carries over to the court and helps just because in the heat of the game, you know, with us being close, she knows what she can and can't come and say to me maybe, or how to react to something that I may do. So that helps a lot, just because my personality isn't always the easiest to get along with, but she does a really good job handling me and whatnot. So I am glad that I have a coach who understands me and works with me and we get along. Well, originally when I was looking for a place to transfer, I wanted to come somewhere back home, closer to home. And I can't say that I had ever really heard of Bowling Green, but I have a really good friend whose mom graduated from here and played basketball, and she was close with the coaching staff, and she asked, what do you think about Bowling Green? I said, doesn't matter who I'm playing for, I just want to be comfortable, I want to be happy, close to home. So the coaching staff called me. Actually, Ruth called me. Guess that relationship started then. So Ruth called me and we talked, and she got me up here for a visit, and I came. And I love the family aspect of it, like to sit down and be able to talk about things that just aren't basketball. That's a big deal for me. I mean, you're around basketball all the time. You don't want to constantly talk about it all the time. So when I came on my visit, it wasn't all about basketball. And then the education program at Bowling Green is really good, and that's my major, that's what I want to do, and I think they prepared me really well for the future, so that was another big reason. I guess that week I found out I was pretty close and that I needed 22 points to hit 1,000, and in my mind I was thinking, I'm really not averaging 20 points, 22 points a game, like I haven't hit that yet this season, so I thought, okay, I'll probably hit it in the next 2, maybe 3 games, depending on how I shoot. So when I came and got it in the Eastern game, it just kind of shocked me. Like I looked up and I was like, oh wow. So I was surprised, I was shocked, happy. I don't know. I know it's hard to explain how you feel about 1,000 points. Like I'm not a big excitement person when it comes to accolades like that, because it takes the whole team. So I know I couldn't have gotten anywhere without my teammates, without my coaches. So I think it's a fun, momentous moment for everybody. Like, yes, I may have scored 1,000 points, but I couldn't have done it without you. So you can share in my success as well. I don't know.